Welcome back to another episode of Paranormal Perspective. I'm John Lordan.
And I'm Christy Arnhart.
And Christy, what are we learning about today? What are you teaching us about?
Well, today we're going to talk about a cryptid instead of just a haunting or something like that. Today we're going to talk about Bigfoot and other associated creatures.
Okay.
Okay, now the question today is, and think of, seriously, listen to what we have to say before you vote.
Yeah, I'll hold off before I put the question up. So we'll let you run, and then somewhere in the middle of it, I'll go ahead and pop the question for the audience.
Because it's, do you think it's possible for a cryptid like this to exist?
Okay.
So, now we all know about Bigfoot. Big, hairy guy, 7 foot tall, big feet. You get them all over the United States. Have you guys ever heard about a skunk ape?
Isn't that one of those medicinal strains of marijuana that you can buy at the dispensary? Is that?
I do think it is. But there is an actual creature as well.
Okay.
Now, John, will you show us the picture of regular Bigfoot?
Sure, you got it. Let's see here. So, one that we're all familiar with. I'm sure I've spoken about at some point in the past. Yep.
Yes. Now, this is our classic Bigfoot photo. Mm-hmm. We even have the video. If you'd like to play that, you can also play the video.
Let's take a little look here.
It's been enhanced by Gray Hughes, I think.
Are you kidding me?
No.
This has been enhanced by Gray Hughes. Oh, it does look like something Gray did. No, I think because it's the type of thing he would do, like with the bridge video, like walking across the bridge in the Delphi cave. Yeah.
No. Yeah, it's not him, but it totally could be.
But it's the same kind of thing. Yeah, they got like a photo of the area.
And this is, like I say, this is taken from the actual footage that was shot. Supposedly, this Bigfoot walked through the area. They caught it on camera.
Yeah.
Now, I do realize that this has been called a hoax.
I mean, he's just walking like a guy, like, it's not even a good
like he's headed
job.
for the bathroom or something,
Yeah.
It's not even.
Yeah.
That one always cracked me up. But yes, so here we have the classic Bigfoot. Now, we don't just hear about Bigfoot. We hear about Yetis. We hear about abominable snowmen. Do you think even skunk apes, do you think all of those could be connected? Because they're all basically the same. The skunk ape is a little bit different. Now, Bigfoots are brown, Yetis and snowmen and all that are white. Skunk apes are supposed to be a little smaller than Bigfoot. And instead of just stinking, they stink like skunks. Seriously.
Oh my goodness. I think I just came up with a new name for Jacob.
So we have a picture of an actual skunk ape.
Okay.
Can you see it?
No.
Can anybody see it?
No.
It's right there. Can you not see it?
Christy.
But it's there.
What? I see a deer's head.
That's one of the possible photos. We have another better photo that we can show as well.
I hope it's better than this one, Christy, because I see all kinds of stuff. I see a Nintendo Switch over here. I see a Jamba Juice over here. This thing is so pixelated. Like, it's such a low quality image as it is.
Well, and it's, seriously, a spy satellite could literally pick a booger off a kid. But anytime something like this pops up, nobody's going to be able to make out anything.
Yeah. Do we know how old this photo is? Is this something that was like a picture in the 70s that someone...
No, this one's actually recent. I don't know the exact year, but it is recent.
Yeah, see,
sadly.
That's even more problematic. Like, why is it so... I could take any modern photo and drop it down to... Like, this can't even be 300 by 300 in terms of the resolution. Like, this is a terrible resolution on that photo.
And they always are.
You say that there's a better one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
This was taken by a woman in 2000. She's remained anonymous. This guy showed up in her backyard. This is a Florida skunk ape. Let me tell you just a little bit about this.
Things just got elevated. This is a Florida skunk ape?
You have no idea. You have no idea. Just wait. So Bigfoot is really popular in Florida, but it's not just Bigfoot, it's his cousin, the skunk ape.
Okay.
Skunk apes are supposedly all over Florida and sighted all of the time. And of course, like I said, they call it Bigfoot's cousin. It's 5 to 7 foot tall, 200 to 300 pounds, predominantly from like Georgia, Alabama, on through the South. I'm thinking the skunk ape is the South's answer to Bigfoot. That's that weird cousin they don't want to talk about. That's what we've got. Now, like I said, we all over the place. He's in folklore, and I mean they've had sightings of skunk apes since settlers first reached the area in all of these states. Seriously, missionaries have set down stories of this thing. I'm trying to see when the last time was that. I mean, they're making sightings of them all the time. And believe it or not, the skunk ape is widely adopted across Florida as its unofficial mascot.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah.
Christy, I'm going to send you to Florida this year, and I want you to go find the skunk ape.
I want to find it so bad. You have no idea. I'd be the worst in the world just running through the woods after this thing.
I mean, let me break this down real quick. This first one, I think there's a phenomena that we could kind of attribute to someone saying that they see the skunk ape here.
Yeah.
It's called pareidolia.
Yes.
And that is the psychological phenomenon that causes people to see patterns in random stimulus. This often leads people assigning human characteristics to objects, which even if this is legit, this is a picture of him, like he's got a very human form. You're looking for arms, legs, a head. And I think that's what someone's seeing out here. Oh, look, that big, dark spot at the top is the head. Oh, look, here's one of the arms hanging down, one of the part of his body. So I think look at this one. Jacob is in this cup of coffee. Do you see Jacob's face in there?
No, not this time. I mean, this is really a thing in Florida. At one point, they had so many sightings. One police officer hit one with their car. They were breaking into people's houses, you name it. They started forming posses, which forced Florida to enact a new law that said that it was illegal to hunt or keep captured a Bigfoot.
This is a strange one. I'm not familiar with Skunk Ape, which, by the way, what a terrible name.
Well, and see, we're supposed to have skunk apes in Arkansas too, and they're actually attributed to the Fuke. I think it's Fuke monster. It's in Fuke, Arkansas. Yeah. In the 1970s, they had a whole mess of sightings. One woman said that this Bigfoot or skunk ape, whatever it was, it stank really bad, reached in through the window in her house, like through the screen, through the window, and scared her. And her husband ran off and shot at it. But of course, they didn't find it. They didn't find any blood, just the huge footprints. They've made documentaries. They have made films. I mean, the 1970s something film about the Fuke monster was the 11th highest rated film of the year it came out. It's very popular.
This photo in particular. So, first of all, I'm wondering why the woman's anonymous. Is she worried that Skunk Ape's going to read her name in the newspaper?
She doesn't need to take everyone's ridicule, John.
Is that what it is? She doesn't want me coming after her.
What more does she need to provide us with? We have a clear as day picture.
Well, an account, testimony, information, location. Where was this taken? I mean, just knowing a little bit, and I only did this for a little while years ago when I was doing like community theater. Like if you're setting up a scene and you have a certain number of props and objects that you can work with, like this kind of looks like it's been set up for me. Like if I was maybe doing a haunted house somewhere and they're like, hey, we've got this Bigfoot costume. Can we do something with this? Yeah, I'll put it up on a frame. I'll put it kind of behind some bushes and make sure it's really well lit. And, we'll have a little screaming noise that happens when people walk by or something.
He's smiling. You see that smile?
It's hard just because I don't know enough of the story when it comes to this. It could be a prop of some kind if Skunk Ape is such a big part of the folklore in Florida. I did do a little searching on it earlier today. There are literally Skunk Ape statues that are all over the place out there.
Yes.
They've leaned into it. So, could someone that has some, like, this would be a talented person if this was a prop for sure. But is there people like that? Yeah, sure. I think someone could have developed something like this and put it together, and that's how we have this picture. I don't think that necessarily discounts the question that you've asked.
Well, and no, I did want to get serious about that for a moment.
Yeah.
Because I honestly do think it's very possible that something unknown out there exists. Probably more than one just unknown. There's all kinds of animals that people consider cryptids that show up all the time. Oh, that one's extinct. Oh my gosh, it's in this person's backyard. They thought it was a dog. Silly things like this. I know when I grew up, my parents, we owned 27 acres. We still own 21 acres. And what adjoins it is thousands and thousands of acres of untouched land. There are parts of it now that are used for pine, for the wood industry, but it's only small sections, and then they reseed it, let it grow. They've never used all of the parts of this land, and it's as far as the eye can see. I would not doubt 100% that there's something out there they don't know about. I have already seen wild animals out there that the Game and Fish Commission say don't exist in our area.
Yeah.
I actually, a lot of times when you hear people talking about Bigfoot, they're talking about at night, they're getting rocks thrown. It's beating on trunks of trees with sticks and things like that. Well, I had my niece Karis out one day. We were looking for morel mushrooms because they were in season. We're in the woods behind the house. We're looking at tree falls. And before we can enter the denser part of the forest, we get 8 loud bangs in succession, and they're even. It's not like bang, 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 or no, it's bang, bang, bang. And then something growled at us, and it was very close.
Yeah.
I grew up in these woods, and I have no idea what that was. A buck doesn't sound like that. And that's the first thing that you would go to. So I just kind of gathered Karis, and we backed out and went back to the house. And, I'm not saying it was Bigfoot or the skunk ape, but I'm just saying I do firmly believe that there are things out there that we don't know about.
I want to go back to the picture because we do have an expert, and we know he's an expert because he saved us so many times in GeoGuessr with his analysis of the sun. Mike W. is in the chat, and his comment is, if the camera is the light source, the shadow of the plant on the fur does not seem to fit.
Wow.
Now, it is an if, and I do kind of agree with him. This looks, the creature in the back looks too well lit. If there was a bounce happening from a flash that was on the actual camera, because there's an object right in front of Bigfoot, or right in front of Skunk Ape, the shadow should be casting a little wider, and we should be seeing some of the shadow, I think, wind up on him. There's a little bit around here. I don't think it's photoshopped. I think it's legit. It's something that's there. Mm-hmm. My feeling is it's a prop of some kind. It's part of some Halloween attraction or something like that is just not well known.
It may be. This is the picture I show everybody when I first start talking about them. I showed this to my niece, and she just about crapped herself.
Yeah.
She's like, these things are real? I'm like, yeah, they're real. Come on. Her mother hates me sometimes.
Well, we put the question to the audience, and they have come back. The question is it possible for a cryptid to exist? 58% say true, 42% say false. So I think that is your strongest result yet, Christy.
I think it
for a
is.
topic.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I think I would be in the true on that. I think there certainly are other types of life that we're not familiar with. I've been very critical when it comes to Bigfoot in particular, because Bigfoot has been sought after literally by teams and scientists and people with equipment, and we still haven't seen something that has been extremely compelling in terms of, captured footage or something along those lines. Which, by the way, with this AI nonsense that we've been playing around with here in the past few weeks, I'm pretty sure we're going to see Bigfoot pretty soon. But
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. So, yeah, good one today.
Yeah. Thank
Skunk
you,
Ape,
guys.
though?
So yeah, just keep in mind, if you come to this region,
Are you coming to
Bigfoots are way
CrimeCon?
stinkier.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. If you're coming to CrimeCon and you smell something weird, run for the hills.
Yeah, especially if it smells like a skunk, because you got Skunk Ape on your butt.
It could be Skunk Ape. Christy, thank you so much for all your hard work on today's episode. We will see you next time. Paranormal Perspective.